Hello, Earth signs. This is going to be a general reading for the collective. So, for my Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorn, again, this is going to be for the collective. So, every message will not resonate with everybody, and that's okay. This is also a timeless message, or timeless reading. So, whenever you run across the reading, is when you're supposed to see it. Any information about Sage Company will be in the description box, Earth signs. So, let's go ahead and jump into your reading. Okay, Earth signs. Okay. All right, Earth signs. So, I am looking at the energies of not being fulfilled, um, not being satisfied, feeling like you're missing something or something's missing in your life. Something that you've been hoping, wishing, praying for, that it enters. It's going to make you happy. You may be worried about some things that you have foolishly acted upon, or some risks that you have not taken that you feel like now you should have taken. For some of you guys, you are worried about your health, all right, and awaiting answers about your health, maybe even some test results. So that may be out for some of you guys. But worrying about the things that you didn't take advantage of, that which you feel like that would make you happy. Maybe you overanalyze some things. Or overanalyzing if these things, or if these risks, that if you decide to take them, if it will lead to your happiness. Okay, some of you guys have been going through this cycle, which for some feels like it's never ending, of trying to figure out what it is that really is going to take to make you happy, that's going to add to your happiness. Some of you guys want to know if something is going to work in your favor on a job, a decision. So this can be a disciplinary act that it may be getting act on. This one final time is going to be the last time, or this one final write-up is the last write-up. Or some of y'all are worrying about moving up, or getting that bonus, or getting that promotion, or something about if it happens, if this will be fair, or if something will be fairly given to you. Let me clarify some more here for my Earth signs. For some of you guys, I'm getting risking it all to be happy. Now you're wondering if you might have prematurely did something, or rushed into something. Now you're paying the price for it. For some of my Earth signs, you guys have really been waiting on something to you've been watching things grow, but they may not have been progressing at the rate that you have been expecting things to progress. And so now you don't know if it's behind something that you may have prematurely gotten into, or had done to stump the growth, halted the growth, cause it not to keep growing. It's something that you really want, that you don't mind fighting for, If this is a relationship, I feel like that you're in competition with other people or another person. And you may not feel like that you are up for the fight or to be in competition. Because you know who you are, you know what you're worth, you know what you stand for. And to be a competitor in regards to a relationship, it's like it's beneath you. And that I would rather go where something better may serve me than to sit up here and fight for something that may not serve my greater happiness. Some of y'all have been faced with something resurfacing from the past. For you to take another, to either close it out, deal with it, or here's your chance again at it. Okay. A shot at something new. Or not even, okay. For some of y'all might have some alternatives out on the table. Okay. And what you've been fighting for may not, in your eyes, feel worthy enough to continue on to fight for it. Or you refuse to fight for it because you have something else over in the cut that may put you in a better position or may make you feel differently about relationships or love or falling in love. It is so much control and authority surrounding this. Okay. That I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. There's a lot of fire energy surrounding this. And you guys can be dealing with someone who has Aries in their sun, moon, or rising placements. Okay. Very authoritative, very challenging, very like they will give you a run for your money. Okay. But something also ultimately lies in the decision of this person. Okay. Again, for those of you who are worried about something going on the work front, and if that's going to pan out for you, I do feel like you are gonna fight that to the end, and you're gonna fight that to the end, and you determined to present your points, or do your appeal, or whatever it is that you're going to do. It may not work out in your favor, but you'll be okay. For some, this may be an actual court case, and I just don't feel like that all the fight that you put in it, that is going to work out in your favor, but you're still going to be okay. And this may have something to do with something that was going on in the past that represented itself for you to go ahead get this closed out. So for this judgment to go ahead and be given, so this case can be closed once and for all. But I really feel like that if this energy is right and it's presenting itself the way that it is not going to go in your favor, but you're going to be okay. And it's not going to financially affect you either. All right. Well, let's see if we can get a little bit more information in here. In either situation, whether it's the legal one, the one on the job, the one with the relationship, I do feel like that you were trying to manifest the outcome that you wanted, and hope that it did go the way that you wanted to go, Earth signs. But I do just feel like that there was just too much conflict involved for it to really just hold your interest of you going to keep fighting. I feel like that there were moments where you felt like strategically like you're like strategically, like you had this thing so planned to the T to where it couldn't go another direction. But I think trying to come up with all these, and then if this scenario, if this happens, I'll be prepared for da 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 da. But what if it happens in this scenario? Then I need to prepare myself for that. I think you've just been drawn into so many different directions, and that's where that risk was coming in on whether or not you was gonna take it or not. It was mentally exhausting, or this situation, or these things. It's mentally exhausting. Waiting for these results and how things are going to turn out is mentally exhausting. This whole impact for whatever scenario resonates with you is mentally exhausting. It is taking the strength of you and your spiritual team to help you get through this. But you do feel like that there is going to be, it's so much conflict going on that on one end, you are determined to put your raise your points, right? And make sure people do know this is how you feel about the situation. But on the other hand, I feel like it's like, even though I'm doing that and I'm making sure that my points are out there so people will know how I feel about it, it's still, you still feel like you're not going to win this, right? And that's just a feeling. But even if you are defeated, right, in this situation, you're still going to be okay. And it's necessary so that it can be done and over with so you can move on. Okay. So this is all about, no matter if you win or lose, it's still going to conclude something for you so you can move on. Yes, you have been making sacrifices, but every sacrifice that you have been making has been for your happiness and what's going to serve the greater good for you. Okay. So that is a given. Okay. In some instances, yes, you have had your successes, and yes, things have worked out in your favor, but it's been such a fight and such a long road that I do feel like that even with your successes, that even if you don't win this one thing, it'll feel like the whole world fell apart for you. But that is not even the case. But that's just how it's going to feel. All right. Because as strategic as you move, earth signs, as strategic as you moved and how much you have put into this planning wise, how much you have watched things come together and grow and be what they are, still, even through all that, something wasn't quite right or there that you missed. And that's going to be the one little thing that doesn't get you the thing that you want, or doesn't make this thing work out the way you want it to. But you're still going to be okay. And maybe it's not what you win, but what you won. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you don't get the big win, but you still winning because they didn't get to you financially, or they didn't get what meant the most to you, right? So let's just put it like that. Like, it's a win-win situation, but inside of you, there is going to be feelings of defeat, okay? I feel like all of this is because of different backgrounds and different beliefs, right? You believe in differently than the other person or these other people. That is going to influence some of the decisions, okay? It may not feel fair because it is about belief systems, all right, and the difference of these belief systems. But you're going to learn what you're going to have. You're going to learn what you're going to learn. You're going to get that correspondence. You're going to see, right? And it's coming in soon. So you're going to have your answer here. Again, take from it the win that you did win, and don't focus too much on what didn't go. But this is closing out a lot. There's a lot of endings and completing and, you know, getting to the end of things. A lot of 9s and 10s here. So it's like this is the end of the road. It's finally going to be a decision made. Take from it what you can, right? And that small success or that little win that it's not exactly what you wanted, still see it as the win that it is, because it could have been a lot worse. All right, could have been a lot worse, but this is okay. This is the end. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get your oracles out and conclude the reading here, Earth signs. And thank you again for supporting the channel and being here and listening to these messages. Only take what resonates and what relates. Don't worry about nothing else. We're going to do this again next week, okay? All right. Okay. All those things may not seem fair, Earth signs, or it may not go according to how you wanted it to go and planned it to go, strategically thought it was going to go. How you ultimately handle the situation, and if you look at this as of it's a win anyway, no matter how small, or even if it didn't go exactly the way you wanted it to or planned it to, you take that wisdom in knowing that it was a win regardless. Okay, it could have been a lot worse. Okay, it could have been a lot worse. What you went through and what you were going through, it took a lot of courage. Okay. And it's taken a lot of courage, especially in those moments when you're feeling defeated, maybe depleted. You know what I'm saying? It's draining you and taking this from you, and you know, the mental stuff that it was doing and how exhausting that it could be. Okay. But when you being open-minded and, you know, and you're taking considerations all things, again, it is a win-win situation for you. There's more opportunities. I feel like that there was something that you got from this learning, on a learning standpoint, something that you're going to learn or have learned, and you were able to take away from this, something that will help you in your future, make you feel more determined, or let you see the strength that you have, that you can get through anything. Okay. Security that way, making you feel secure in yourself and in your choices. Okay. How ending this and being at the end of this clears things out for you to keep going. It teaches you what not to go back to. It gives you examples of what to look for next time, what not to enter to next time, especially if you take a risk that you wasn't too sure you wanted to take in the first place, you know, that type of situation. But be happy that it's ending the way that it's ending, because it's not the end all for you. You still walked away with much more than what you thought that how it could have ended. So let's look at it in that light instead of any other negative light. All right, Earth signs, that's what I have for you. We'll do this again next time. Again, thank you so much for your support. You got this. You're courageous and you're strong and you're wise, and there's so much opportunity. You learned from this. You know what not to do with no, you know, not what to do in these situations anymore. It was such an opportunity for you to learn and grow. And if you take advantage of that, more positive things are going to unfold for you. All right, now, Earth signs.